there could be an uptick in cases because of BA2, but they say they have more tools than ever to deal with it, and they are not anticipating any of the major significant lockdowns that we saw early on in the pandemic. They say, though, that Americans can reduce the impact by making sure they are up to date on their vaccines. Neil?
Don't know where to start? Then let BCI Bath & Shower show you how to turn that old bath into an aisle of beauty and functionality. Be one of the first 100 callers who schedule a free in-home consultation and receive $500 off.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Secure is a secure instant messaging and email service that doesn't take your data. With me, CEO Alon Gahi, great to have you here. We've talked on Zoom so many times. It's great to have you here in New York and at the NASDAQ. So tell me about the company. I gave a really brief explanation, but tell me what Secure is really all about, because it's very different than other email services.
Absolutely. So Secure is a brand of product to secure your communication. That means email, messaging, we're launching encrypted voice, we're launching video conferencing, and then we have a product called Secure Suite, which is document management, file share, and password manager. Now, what's different between us and the competition is that what we do is we're hosted in Switzerland only, and we don't use the big tech hosting platform. 99% of all the software and applications are there, even the privacy ones, are hosted by either Amazon Web Service or maybe a Microsoft Cloud or Google. We don't do that because we have a very specific reason. It's a legal reason. If you use a US infrastructure, you are compliant with the Cloud Act of 2018. Okay. So let's say you're in Switzerland, but you're hosted on AWS. You may be Swiss private, but you also have to comply with the US Cloud Act. That means that that data can be subpoenaed. So we're fully independent, and we also do not use open source coding. I know there's a lot of very passionate developer debate between open source and closed source, and I have tremendous respect for open source. But today, what's happening is that you have a lot of hackers coming in and basically hacking your devices. True, it's kind of a self-regulating system. If you're a great developer and you're a white hat guy and you're not a black hat hacker, so open source is no longer safe, pretty much.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And we have seen, even leading up to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, attacks on the U.S. energy and banking system. I mean, there was a report in the New York Post that there's all these subtle, almost constant attacks on the U.S. financial system. I mean, what are your thoughts about that? I mean, it just seems like this is happening more and more, if it's even possible. It's happening more.
It's happening more and more, and it will get worse. And it's not going to be the infrastructure, the electrical grid. It's going to be people like you and I, regular citizen, businesses. You know, small businesses can't afford a hack, because the minute they're hacked, they lose millions of dollars of existing and potential business. So this thing will get worse. And I had a discussion last night with someone, and they told me, yes, but they only hack the infrastructure. It has nothing to do with email. But that's wrong, because 94% of hacks come from email. So they may watch your email for 6 months if you're in the government, and then through that, they basically get any kind of information they can to use that intelligence to hack the network. So email security and privacy and messaging, you know, everybody uses those free applications. Yeah. That's important. That's how these guys siphoned your data, and then they know how to hack your network.
Right, and that's how you're different, because you're actually a paid service, but you're secure. Hence the name of the company.
Yes. So the name of the company, which is GlobeX Data, we may actually change it to Secure Data down the road. The Secure SEKUR is a product. We are different because we have our own independent platform. We don't rely on third-party big tech. We have our own technology and encryption. And the way we do it is that the whole communication never leaves our servers. Without getting too technical out there, that's a huge difference. We also, most importantly, we don't data mine. We really are the king of privacy, because I think there's always going to be a good security out there. Somebody may come up with better security than us. But at the end of the day, you are data mined nonstop. So privacy is our prime directive. And of course, security as well. And that's the big difference. When you buy secure regular email for $7 a month, we just launched, or the secure combo, which has an email and messenger, you know as a fact that you're never going to be data mined. And that's a big thing. People are just tired of having their life, you know, all over the place and being hacked after that.
Right. Now, going back to the Russia-Ukraine situation, Switzerland actually got involved in that, which was unusual. So explain what the Swiss government did, and how does that affect people who might have accounts in Switzerland?
I'm not very happy about that, obviously, but Switzerland got a lot of heat after World War II for hiding the Nazi money and things like that. So the Swiss financial laws, the banking secrecy laws, have been changed completely since 2018 at the request of the US, which basically pushed about 100 countries on the OECD to have automatic exchange of information. So let's say you have an account in Switzerland and you're a US citizen. The bank is going to get your tax ID and basically give it to the US IRS if they want to, and vice versa. I'm a Swiss citizen. I have an account in the US and Canada and Switzerland. These other countries tell Switzerland Alain has an account in TD Bank or whatever. And that's normal. But that's very different than the data privacy laws, which are part of our Constitution. The privacy of the individual and a moral person, which is a corporation, we call it, a physical and a moral person, is enshrined in the Constitution. And to change that, you need a complete referendum. Because the legal system in Switzerland is not some people in Congress that can change something at midnight and suddenly on Monday the law is new. You need to go through a whole referendum. The entire population is aware well ahead of time, and they vote. Nobody in Switzerland is going to vote to give away their privacy. So that will never, never change. So back to the Ukraine and the Russian oligarch, etc. I think it's part of the financial regulations that are global now. I mean, the European Union is trying to blackball Switzerland because it's a tax haven. So there's a lot of pressure in Switzerland to kind of behave a little bit better, so to speak.
Okay. Interesting perspective, actually, like one that we don't always hear. So thank you so much.
With pleasure. Thanks.
The workplace has changed. Companies now depend on video conferencing to meet with customers and to collaborate with remote workers. Yet this change has brought about significant new cyber risks. Hackers are now stealing personal, medical, government, and corporate data during these video conferences. The problem is existing video conferencing systems were not designed and built by a cybersecurity company until now. Safe VChat, the industry's most secure video conferencing and collaboration platform. Secure your sensitive data with Safe VChat. Visit safevchat.com today. Use coupon code BUYNOW and save an additional 15%.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Is a startup that aims to transform the way that money is moved on the blockchain. And with me is Simon Babakani and also Sam Tapalia, who are founders of Zebec. So congratulations. You had a token sale today, which is kind of like an IPO in the crypto world. So it's a big deal. You guys did very well. Coinbase was an investor, Solano. I mean, tell me about that whole process and how the token sale went. Do you want to start, Sam? Go for it.
So yeah, you know, we started Zebec like 6 months ago. We have a great set of investors. We did a couple of rounds of fundraising, and our whole idea for token sale was it's not a traditional form of liquidity event that people think of IPO. We think of this as a community generation event where we are able to empower our community, and the people who are using this platform or supporting this platform has some form of ownership in terms of the governance of the protocol, what happens to it, right? How the fees are structured. And that's, we did around $7 million in token sale across various different platforms. And we were very fortunate to have quite a lot of enthusiastic people who are interested in being part of the future of Zebec.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What does Zebec do that would make all these big investors so interested in the company?
So Zebec is a continuous streaming platform for payments. The problem that we're trying to solve is the bi-weekly, monthly payroll problem, where employers and payroll companies essentially take custody of workers' hard-earned wages for a period of weeks, and we're bringing that power back to the workers and letting them receive funds in real time for their work and reinvest and do whatever they want with the funds from their wallets.
Interesting. So, because I saw on your website you can get paid by the second, and I thought, and maybe I sound like an old fogey, why do I want to get paid by the second? Like, what is the advantage to that?
Yeah, I think the basic answer of that is time value of money, right? That's like the core thesis of the entire financial world. Someone who is getting paid in bi-weekly or monthly basis, and you compare that to someone who's getting paid in real time, imagine the yield that you are getting on this real-time basis compared to someone who's getting yield every 2 weeks or once a month. Right? If you look over 1 year, 2 year, or if you start looking over the 40-year career of any average working person, the value will be huge difference. And so that's basically what we're doing. And this is going to be really powerful because now once things start to move seamlessly over chains and over wallets, you can start to create very, very complicated, but in the same time very exotic products. Things like yield by second, credit by seconds. Let's say you work here and they pay you $1 million a month, and instead of receiving $500,000 every 2 weeks, you're getting paid in real time. And once we know that you're getting paid every single second and you're getting paid $1 million a month, we can somehow be able to, at some point, be able to give you uncollateralized loans for up to millions of dollars.
I see.
And these are like very interesting products. Which is the basis of our product.
Right. So, but then an employer likes to hold on to that money because they probably get a little extra interest on it before they pay you. What would be their incentive to transfer?
I say think about the job market right now. How hard is it to retain employees, to attract employees? Now imagine if you're a traditional employer and you're paying someone every month for their work, and a competitor of yours now says that they're going to pay everyone by the second in real time. Where do you think talent is going to flow?
Well, and the employees will be the one that will put the pressure on that we want to get paid this way. So you think that's where it's going to come? Companies are going to have to transfer.
They'll have to listen to the demands of the workers.
Okay, interesting. So now what? What's next for Zebec? Now that you've had this successful token raise, what do you do?
Yeah, I think the next 6 months is going to be for us to heads down, build the product and build the community. Right? There are a few interesting products that we have lined up that we're going to be releasing in next 3 to 6 months time period, right? And in the same time, we will be focusing really hard on getting our community excited. Either that is for developers to build interesting apps on top of it, or for businesses to implement our product, right? Either that is on an enterprise level or on a much more smaller level as well. And those two are going to be our core tenant.
Yeah. And how did you come up with the idea for this?
Yeah, so I think the interesting thing is, like, I'm from Nepal, right? And in Nepal, like, you know, you're not paid once every week or once every 2 weeks. You're actually paid once a month, right? And I've always thought about that when I was young. It's like, why, like, you know, why you work for 30 days and someone pays you like day 31 and no one can really explain you why? Like, wouldn't be great to be paid in real time? Yeah. And that problem, you know, like, once I came to the States, and this problem started going everywhere, because here the payday lending and all this predatory lending practices are much more complicated than in Nepal. And I started to look into deeper and realized it's impossible to do this in traditional rails, because you cannot be ACHing someone by second. You cannot be doing credit card swipes by second, right? The 2.9% plus 30 cents fees are expensive. Yeah. So you realize that we can only do this on top of blockchain. And so that's what we are doing, right? We realize that to be able to transfer the values over blockchain in a continuous manner, that will open the various different aspects of financial freedom and various different aspects of economy, right? So that's why we ended up develop Zebec, the continuous settlement protocol.
It's very interesting. I worked for a company once where I was paid once a month, and I was always like balancing out, making sure I didn't run out of money, because it's kind of a long time between paychecks. So very exciting to kind of watch this and see. And congratulations on your really great token sale. It's pretty amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
The workplace has changed. Companies now depend on video conferencing to meet with customers and to collaborate with remote workers. Yet this change has brought about significant new cyber risks. Hackers are now stealing personal, medical, government, and corporate data during these video conferences. The problem is existing video conferencing systems were not designed and built by a cybersecurity company until now. Safe vChat, the industry's most secure video conferencing and collaboration platform. Secure your sensitive data with Safe vChat. Visit safevchat.com today. Use coupon code BUYNOW and save an additional 15%.
Clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen Services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
We've been hearing a lot about the metaverse lately and how that will play a role in how we work and how we live in the future. Now, Epazz is a company that provides solutions for businesses that want to engage with the metaverse, and they also have a new technology we're going to talk about today as well. So with me is Mike Manahan, the Director of Communications for Epazz. And yes. So let's just start off with the news. So you have a drone, and it was unveiled in Abu Dhabi.
Yes,
right?
well, we've been working on drone technology for some time.
Okay, I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Well, and obviously drones are not new. I mean, kids play with them in the yard. But the drone industry has not yet really been embraced by business. So the challenge for Epazz, because we're a developer of business solutions and business software, and what we're doing at Epazz is we're trying to take modern day technology and marry it with business problems and come up with business as solutions. So one of the things we have developed, it's the our Zenadrone 1000. We kind of showcased it at this conference in Abu Dhabi. It's the UMEX conference, which is a huge conference for unmanned vehicles, and it is really just amazing technology.
So how does it work? What can you do with it?
Well, one of our first applications is in the field of agriculture. So you know what happens if you're growing crops is you got to go out and inspect them. So the guy gets in his Jeep or on his motorcycle or whatever he does, or sometimes even helicopters, to view what's going on in the fields. Our drone goes over and does that. And we use machine learning to teach basically our software to interpret what the drone is seeing so that the person who's in charge of the crop can determine, do I need more water? Do I need more fertilizer? In some cases, you have issues with too many male plants or too many female plants. They're not getting pollinated properly. And it used to be somebody had to go in the field and check all of this stuff. Now it's all being checked. So if you've got a large farm with hundreds of acres, this is all being done with technology now, and our drone does that.
Yeah, Mike, I don't know if you noticed, I grew up on a farm in Indiana.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I know like a farmer would just apply the pesticide or whatever without looking, but this would allow them to, the farmer could save costs, only applying when needed, and it would be good for the environment as well, I would think.
Oh, absolutely. And with our technology, and this might be a stretch, but I'm pretty sure we could do this. We could actually localize it because you might have a pest infestation. It's not on your entire farm. It's located on 1/4 of an acre, and that's the spot you need to hit. Well, the drone can identify that. Before the drone and our technology, and again, it's not just the drone, it's the fact that we've married it with a software program that can interpret what the drone is filming.
It's kind of like machine learning to be able to do that. And also power line industry, the drone can work with that as well, like utility?
We see a huge opportunity there because right now, you've got those big towers with the wires running between them. Typically how they're repairing those is literally they get a helicopter and they get a technician. He's hanging out of the helicopter with a chain around him and trying to work on the thing. We have married our drone technology with our metaverse technology, which is basically virtual reality. So the drone can go up there. It's looking at the problem on the power line. The technician is using basically the metaverse virtual reality goggles to be able to see what's going on. And with certain kind of technical adaptations, we can even put some robotics on the drone to actually perform some of the operations.
That's something.
And our drone is a heck of a lot less than a helicopter is.
Well, I hope you'll come back and tell us about it when you're ready to launch.
I'm coming back when it's warmer in New York.
Thanks. It'll get there, I promise. Thanks so much, Mike, for coming.
Okay, thanks, Jane.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Glent has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glent's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to glentpay.com or download Glent from your favorite app store.
Clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca. Global Diversified Marketing Group, a consumer packaged goods company. Discover our world-class brands at 360worldsnacks.com and easylive.com.
Ventures is a multifaceted company that owns and operates businesses in a lot of different industries like CBD and entertainment and food and beverage and health and technology. With me is the CEO, Stefan Dalsgaard, to talk about where the company is now. And I know you just kind of had a major financial restatement. So tell me, what was behind that? What did that tell you?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Jane. Our company went through a massive restatement. We restated about 11 financial disclosures. And reason why is because we want to be an auditable company. An audited company, we want to graduate to the NASDAQ or the New York. So we completed one of the biggest jobs of my entire life. Yesterday, we filed all restatements.
I can only imagine. I mean, I know the paperwork involved with these things is tremendous. So, and you had 11 different divisions, right, to do. Well,
there was 11 statements total, and they're about 40 to 50 pages each. I probably read them 100 times, and they're all out. So now we're going to move forward with Malone and Bailey. We're going to get the company audited. Okay. And I believe between now and the time we're audited, we're going to see a lot of different things transpire within our company that'll hopefully get us eligible to become a listed security on a senior exchange. Okay. So to bring me up to date on the company, I mean, I kind of gave a brief description, but tell us what all you're doing right now. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, we have a business in entertainment. We just threw a major music festival on New Year's Eve. We own a CBD business as well. We ship pharmaceutical grade CBD. We've shipped to 22 different countries. We own a food and beverage business. We have a wine business. We're working on possibly building the most epic music venue in the world. We're working on a lot of exciting projects. We have a generator technology that we're working on a massive implementation that can save commercial real estate buildings a significant amount of money on their power bills. We have a lot of exciting operations. We're in the process of acquiring a CBD business as well, a full CBD product line, CBD skincare, tinctures, health and wellness pills. So we have a lot of exciting things that we're working to talk about very soon. Okay. Over the past 6 months, we've been restating our financials. So it's submerged most of my time, most of my team's time, really getting our back end structure of the company really firmed up. Now that that's complete, I'd say we were in a quiet period, and our company, Golden Triangle, GTVH, we're getting ready to really start to tell everything about what we've been doing and really show the world who we are. We continue to keep doing everything we can to win and just do what we say. And I'll tell you, this last restatement was one of the most difficult jobs of my life. And now that that's done, I'm very excited to show the world everything that this company has inside of it. And I really believe that when the world understands who we are and what we're building, they're going to understand why this little 1.5 cent stock is something I believe is really I believe it's going to be a huge road ahead for us. So hopefully this kind of propels you to the next stage. I appreciate it, Jane. I look forward to doing this again, and we'll be talking soon. All right, bye. Thank you.
America keeps turning to Kudlow. He's been beating the competition to become the king of business news. No one else has his experience. No one else does his kind of analysis.
And I'm not going to hold back.
Kudlow.
From Wall Street to your street.
Weekdays at 4.
Tommy John has been dedicated to elevating underwear for over a decade. Now, we're proud to reveal our most premium men's underwear yet. This is Apollo. All new, ultra breathable, rigorously tested for durability, and enhanced with exclusive dry release tech. We've upgraded the softness and the level of comfort, so don't be surprised if your confidence is upgraded too. Experience high-end for your rear end at TommyJohn.com and get 20% off your first order.
Repeat after me. Apple, table, penny.
It's the spring getaway event all month at Hyundai of El Cajon. If you have a job clearing $350 per week, you're virtually already approved. New Hyundais are en route and ready for delivery. Just because you don't see it on the lot doesn't mean you can't drive it home tomorrow. All with 0 down and 0 payments for 120 days. Get to Hyundai of El Cajon today or HyundaiofElCajon.com. Plus, your trade is worth more. 120% over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Hyundai Elantra SE or Venue SEL. Both just $119 per month lease with 0 security deposits. Get to Hyundai of El Cajon today or HyundaiofElCajon.com.
I looked at our electric bills and they keep going up and up and up.
There are times where we have rolling blackouts.
And so I knew that there was going to have to be something I could do.
One of my friends highly recommended Semper Solaris.
Semper Solaris is your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor.
We just said we've got to be different. We got to keep our word. We have to do the right things for the customers.
Work hard and keep your word, and that's what we do every single day.
The savings are better than what I expected.
My last bill was actually a credit.
From my experience, I would say I would go with Semper. Don't go looking all around.
I said, I want the A-team. I want the best of the best. This